So we're just solving for x, just like we always do. If you're using Desmos, you can add fractions together and all that. But normally what I do is I get rid of the denominator, and that's what they're going to find. That's what they're going to teach you how to do. And I'll do it. Well, I should probably show you one way with Desmos. So if you look at all three fractions, the 2, the 7, and a 3, the number that they all go into is 42. That's the lowest number. So they just multiply everything by 42. And what happens is you get rid of the, what's it called? The denominator. And then you can solve for x like you normally would. So add 98, divide by 24, negative 7/24. So let's look at, I think the other way is probably the way I would do it, because with Desmos, you can add the two fractions and write it as a fraction and then divide, multiply by the reciprocal, and you're going to end up with the same answer. So that's probably the way I'm going to want to do it for you guys. So I'm going to write down the problem first. So when I go to Desmos, I can So I'm going to add 1/9 first. And what happens when you come over to Desmos and we have 1/3 plus 1/9? This is what happens. 1/3, I do the right arrow and then plus 1/9. You get a fraction like this, so you can just, a decimal, so you can hit the fraction button and you get 4/9. So we'll write down what we have here. We have 4/9 is negative 7/6w. Now I want to get rid of the negative 7/6, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. I don't have a lot of room here. Here, let me go like this. I'll put my equals over here. So I'm going to times by a negative 6/7. So when I do that, this will go to 1. So I have w equals. So whatever 4/9 times 6/7 is, so I'm just going to do 4/9, right arrow, times is shift 8, a negative 6 divided by 7. And it gives me a decimal, but I don't want a decimal, I want it as a fraction. So then it's going to be negative 8/21. To me, this is much better than trying to get rid of the fractions, because sometimes you can make mistakes doing all that multiplying and stuff. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. And I want to do it on Alex again. Totally going to do that. Okay, so let's write down our equation. We have negative 1/2 minus 4/7 u equals negative 1/5. I'm going to do the first step here. I'm going to add 1/2 to both sides. So I'm going to have negative 4/7 u equals, and then I have to go to Desmos and see what negative 1/5 plus 1/2 is. So negative 1/5, right arrow, plus 1/2. Oops, I did 5th. It should be plus 1/2. 0.3, which is 3/10. So I'll write that as 3/10. Then I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So I have to keep it negative, so it will go positive. So it's a positive 1 times u. And if we do it from here, it will actually reduce it for us too. So I just kind of like to type it in here so I know. Then put it to fraction, negative 21/40. So even if we didn't put it in Desmos, you could multiply straight across and you get the same thing. So, wait a minute. We're going to come over here and put negative 21 divided by 40. And that's the end of the lesson.